Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. It's Friday the 20th of October. Ronald Koeman has done his press conference ahead of the Arsenal game on Sunday. Yeah, everything still feels a bit raw, doesn't it, after last night? But Koeman was in a defiant mood again. You know, he felt as though the players showed some passion and heart last night. And I suppose it's difficult to argue that they had a go. I don't think they didn't have a go for him. It's just, it didn't work, you know. We didn't have the rub of the green. He's totally right on that. You know, we have a free kick that strikes a post and comes out, could have gone in. And then, obviously, the winner takes a massive deflection off Michael Keane and goes beyond Jordan Pickford. And little things like that happen when you're down there. The manager feels as though, you know, he's the right man to get it done and to turn it round. Although he did admit that people are worried now around the club, and so they should be. We are in a bit of a predicament. We're basically out of the Europa League unless we put in an unbelievable second half to that group and win all 3 games. We are struggling near the bottom of the Premier League, and we've got a trip to Chelsea coming up in the Carabao Cup, so it isn't looking rosy for Everton at all. You know, we've won 2 from the last 12 games, and it's just not good enough all round, you know, and the manager and the coaching staff and the players and the board have all got to stand up and be counted here and take responsibility, and fans as well. We have to do our bit as well. Although I thought at times last night the fans, when they got going, were excellent, you know, and you know, Sunday the players are gonna need the crowd right from the off, because this is it's a huge game and it's a hugely difficult game. I feel not sure what this Everton team is at the moment, what fighters it's got in, how much they want to win, how much passion is there to go and win. I don't know. Leading on from last night, obviously the bigger news around the game is the melee that took place. Obviously the fan who struck out at the keeper, Lopez, has been banned. It looks like he's been banned for life. The police know who he is. UEFA are going to give us some sanctions. There'll be fines. And it's just all very rubbish, isn't it? It's all stuff we didn't need. We're already under pressure. We didn't need the whole of Europe. Look, I say the whole of Europe. We didn't need our name being put around Europe for negative, with negative connotations. And sadly, that's what it's going to be now. And it's not good, because the Hadjic split. We were fine for the Hadjic split game, even though they instigated that. You know, we would be fine for this last night, and it's one of them. I mean, the Lopez, the keeper, said he was hit. You know, I don't know whether he was hit or he was pushed, but he said he was struck. But he just said, you know, it happens, basically, and the crowd were up for it after that, and we wanted to win, and we won the game, and we're proud of it. So who knows what will come of it, but it's not good, and it doesn't cover Everton in any kind of glory. Moving on anyway, the under-23s have played today. They lost 1-0 at home to Sunderland at USM Finch Farm. A second half goal was enough to sink David Unsworth's men. It's not really very good at the minute, is it? Everything seems to be going against us. Let's just leave it at that. The 23s played Monday and lost at home to Wolfsburg, and of course lost again today. So a disappointing week for our under-23 side. You know, and what can you do? You know, I suppose it's about development, but you've got to learn from this and move on. But one player who played for the 23s on Monday night certainly played 45 minutes of that was James McCarthy. He wasn't involved last night, but he will be involved on Sunday. Ronald Koeman said, or certainly in the matchday squad anyway. It wouldn't be a massive surprise if McCarthy came straight in, because Koeman's just wacky like that sometimes, and he might feel that he presses the ball well. However, one reason why he might not come in is that Ronald Koeman has said Morgan Schneiderlin should be fully fit for Sunday. He limped off last night, making a good block actually from a Leon break. He put a tremendous tackle in and got himself injured and went off. But Ronald Koeman has said he will return on Sunday. He's also said that Leighton Baines, Wayne Rooney and Phil Jagielka will all return to the squad on Sunday. I actually expect all three of them to play for the visit of Arsenal at Goodison on Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, listen, there's not that much floating around at the minute other than quite rubbish news. And what you do, you know, the manager's come out fighting as you'd expect him today. He's had a shave, which is a bonus. He looks a bit more like Ronald Koeman now. And let's just hope on Sunday we can get out and upset the apple cart and upset the odds. Because at the minute, when you look at it, you don't see, I personally don't see where the win is coming from. So let's hope they can go out on Sunday and just give us a victory from nowhere. You know, just what we don't expect, and start getting a little bit of positivity. Because if we get beat Sunday, then I really do fear for Ronald Koeman. I feel as though the board will have to make a decision sooner or later. And this isn't really something, you know, it's not something that was envisaged in the summer. It really isn't, you know. I mean, one thing, just before I go, one thing Ronald Koeman did say today was he was asked about the centre-forward position. And he kind of, again, I feel as though he pushed it onto the board and onto Steve Walsh, which is fine. That might be who is to blame. But what he did say was, all of the players he signed, he feels will all come good, and people will look down in the future and say they are good players and they were good signings. And I feel at the minute a couple of them are getting a bit of a raw. I think are getting a bit harsh treatment. I feel as though Davy Klaassen, he's not playing well, don't get me wrong, but I feel as though people jumping on saying he's shite. I think that's a bit premature. Sandro doesn't look anywhere near it at the minute. There's a player in there, you know, but me and Ped discussed on the final word the possibility of David Andre taking the pair of them into the 23s and just getting them into games, getting Sandro some goals, getting Klaassen a bit of confidence. And that might be the way we have to go with those two while they bed in properly, because the pair of them are miles away at the minute. I think there's definitely good players in there, but ain't showing it at the moment. Anyway, they're my thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to click the bell at the bottom for notifications whenever a new video is out. Join us on Patreon as well if you want more videos. I'll see you soon on Toffee TV.